Okay, let's talk about the immune system. This is a passion area of mine. I have been working in it for over a decade, and I am fascinated still to this day. I continue to research into it because I think it is just such an interesting subject. And I think one of the issues with the immune system is that it is often misunderstood. There is this common held belief that there are bacteria, virus, pathogens, mold, fungi. There are all these enemies out there in the world ready to get us. And I like to look at the immune system in a very different way. The immune system is really influenced by our environment as our bodies dictate what happens. So this can be commonly seen when we are around someone who has a cold and yet we don't pick it up. Why is that? And we can look at the body from an environment perspective. Some of the key areas that the immune system has this interplay with, that we need to make sure that these areas are looked after and that they are in balance before our immune systems can really do their job. So the job of the immune system is to protect us. Absolutely, it is. We have two sides of the immune system. We have the innate immune system, which is our first line of defense, and this is what we're born with. We inherit it from our parents, so it's always interesting to look at our parents' health when we are dealing with any kind of immune dysfunction, particularly if it's in the innate side. So that first response, and then we have an adaptive response. And this is the side of the immune system is ever so clever. It has the ability to be able to remember. So it identifies pathogens in the body and goes, okay, right, I'm going to keep a note of that, I'm going to keep a copy of that, and make sure that if it comes again, then I know how to deal with it. So the immune system can be quite complicated. There are many, many different cells involved in the immune function. But on this adaptive side, we can see that there is a regulatory side, there is a side that keeps everything calm, and there is an effector side that goes on the attack. And the thing with this effector side of the immune system is that it's looking for danger. Yes, it is. But if we have toxic overload, if we've got issues with our digestion, which I'll come on to in a moment, if we have a lot of cortisol and adrenaline with a stress response, if we are eating foods that we are intolerant to, this is going to create an immune response. And therefore, our bodies are going to be identifying these issues as dangers. And so we want to be identifying and working with these different areas in the body. Digestion's a big one, liver's a big one, stress is a big one, blood sugars and spleen is another one. When we can have these in balance, then the immune system can do its job, and it can protect us from the pathogens, but it's not having to deal with all of this toxic overload. So my job as a practitioner is to look at your lifestyle, what is going on with your diet, what is going on with the body, what is going on with stress, what is going on with toxic overload, to identify what your body is having to deal with on a daily basis that is stopping it doing its job properly. The immune system is a glorious part of the body that is like a warning light, a warning sign that comes up in our car that is trying to tell us that there is something going on underneath the bonnet that we need to be looking at. And the joy of working with kinesiology is that I'm able to do testing to be able to identify, okay, right, we need to be focusing in on these areas. Maybe with these two sides of the immune system, we've got the effector and we've got the regulator. We find that in conditions like autoimmune, the immune system is on red alert all the time. Now, why is that? And that's what I'm interested in finding out, because then we can really start to work with the body to be able to calm that immune system down. Like I said, it's a warning light. It's trying to tell us something. So that's a little bit of looking into the immune system, about my approach and how I work with it, and the kind of things that you want to be thinking about if you have immune dysfunction.